Fact 1. Buddha was not a god. Many people mistakenly believe that Buddha was a deity or a god. In reality, Siddhartha Gautama, the historical figure who became the Buddha, was a human being and who achieved enlightenment. Fact 2. Buddha's birth name was Siddhartha Gautama. Before attaining enlightenment, the man who would become Buddha was known as Siddhartha Gautama. Buddha is a title that means awakened one or enlightened one. Fact 3. Buddhism is not a religion in the traditional sense. Although Buddhism has spiritual aspects, it is often considered more of a philosophy or way of life. It does not involve worshiping a higher power or deity. Fact 4. Buddha did not create Buddhism. While Buddha is recognized as the central figure of Buddhism, he did not establish Buddhism as a religion. Instead, his teachings formed the foundation upon which the religion was built by his followers after his death. Fact 5. Buddha did not claim to be divine. Buddha never claimed to be a god or a divine being. Instead, he emphasized that enlightenment was attainable by anyone who followed the Noble Eightfold Path, a set of ethical principles and practices. Fact 6. Buddha was born in Nepal, not India. Siddhartha Gautama was born in Lumbini, which is now part of modern-day Nepal. However, during his lifetime, the region was part of the Indian subcontinent. Fact 7. Buddha was a prince. Siddhartha Gautama belonged to a royal family, as his father was the ruler of the Shakya kingdom. He lived a life of luxury and privilege before renouncing it to seek enlightenment. Fact 8. Buddha's teachings were primarily oral. The teachings of Buddha were not written down during his lifetime. Instead, they were passed down orally and were later compiled into written texts, such as the Tripitaka or Tipitaka. Fact 9. Buddhism encompasses various traditions. Buddhism has different branches and traditions, such as Theravada, Mahayana, and Vajrayana. Each tradition has its own interpretations and practices, but they all trace their roots back to Buddha's original teaching. Fact 10. Buddha's teachings are based on the Four Noble Truths. The core principles of Buddhism are encapsulated in the Four Noble Truths, which outline the nature of suffering, its causes, the possibility of its cessation, and the path to liberation from suffering, known as the Noble Eightfold Path.